Hey y'all, Catherine here with Ukulele Wine Time. Today we're going to learn how to play California Dreamin by the Mamas and the Papas. Let's do it. Ukulele Wine Time. We're going to learn this in the key of A minor today, much easier to play on the ukulele. You'll just need 6 chords for this song. You'll need A minor, G, F, C, and then you'll need E7 sus, and then E7. I'll do a full chord overview at the end if you need a deeper look into how to play these chords, but I will say with the E7 sus 4, you want to play that with these 3 fingers. That's all on the 2nd fret, so that to move to your E7 chord, you just have to move 1 finger. By the way, my name is Catherine. I have my master's degree in music. I've been teaching music to kids and adults for over 12 years, and I love teaching and playing on the ukulele, and I'm so happy you're here to learn with me. This was a song that my lovely Patreon community voted on. So every month we both do a song together live. We do a virtual meetup, which is a lot of fun, and wine is optional, but if you want to join us for a glass of wine, you can. And then they get to vote on my YouTube tutorials as well. And then they get PDF charts for everything. So if you're interested in that, check out the link below, but this is for y'all over on Patreon. So thanks for voting for this awesome song. A couple of important pieces of information before we start learning the song. So number 1, key signature, time signature, and the form of the song. So key signature, I already mentioned we're going to learn this in the key of A minor. Just to be aware, the original key is C sharp minor. So if you go to try to play along with the recording, it's not going to sound quite right. Time signature, we are in 4/4, which means our heartbeat, we count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beats per measure. And that's going to help out a lot when we talk about strumming, especially for this song. And then for the form, we have the intro. We've got the verse, which kind of is all mushed together with the chorus. And I will break that down more when we take a look at chords. And then we've got the solo section and then the ending. So those are the major sections of the song. And then as far as the order of those sections, or I guess that's actually the form, it's intro, verse, verse, and then the chorus is there in that verse. Then we've got 2 more verses, solo section, verse, chorus. In this video, I'm going to take you slowly through the sections. First, we're going to take a look at the chords, line those up with the lyrics. Then we'll take a look at strumming and counting. We'll talk starting pitch, so you always know how to find your first note if you're singing the song. We'll do a wine break. This is Ukulele Wine Time. Of course, wine is optional. Water's cool too. And then we will do a full song playthrough. And then at the very end, I do the chord overview if you need a review on how to play any of these chords. Let's take a look at the verse now. So the first 4 chords we need are A minor, G, F, and then back to G. We're going to start with a very simple rhythm, and then we are going to bump it up a notch when we take a look at strumming. But for now, we're just starting with a very simple baseline rhythm to get the order of the chords and to get that feeling good. So this is what that will sound like. These all get 2 beats per chord to start out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Then we switch to an E7 sus 4 chord for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we switch to an E7. 1, 2, and then an F chord. 3, 4. Let's put that all together. Here we go, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're in our next section. let's put the lyrics with that. And just a note about the main melody when you're singing this song. So there's that main melody, which is lower. All the leaves are brown. And then there's the all the leaves are brown, right? There's the echo part that comes in. To be totally honest, when I listen to this song, I'm usually singing that echo part or the harmonies part. So just something to think about if you're just going to be playing this song by yourself, how you want to approach and which of those parts you want to sing. Okay. So we're starting with all the leaves are brown. So we got a little pickup before we hit our A minor chord, and A minor lines up with the word brown. Here we go. All the leaves are brown, G, F, and the sky is gray. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I've been for a walk. Okay, and then we're on our next line of lyrics there. Other lyrics that line up. So we've got, brown on our A minor. Leaves are brown and the sky, the word sky lines up with that G chord, is gray. And the sky is gray. I've been for a walk. And then the F chord lines up with the I've been for a walk. And then we're in our second line of chords and lyrics there. Let's look at that second line. So now we're moving from C to E7 to A minor, then to F. Okay, that's the first part. Each of those gets 2 beats. So that's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, F, 2. And then same way we closed out the first line, we've got our E7sus E7 for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to E7. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4 beats. Let's put that together. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Da, 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 da. And if we stop there, you actually have learned like 95% of the song. The chords just repeat after that. So congratulations, you're doing great. Let's put lyrics to that second line now. So we've already done all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. The sky is gray. I've been for a walk. 3, 4. On a winter's day. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I'd be safe and warm. All right, so let's back it up. I've got the lyrics bolded that line up with the chords, but for the C chord, we've got sky is gray. I've been for a walk. C chord lines up with walk. For a walk on a winter's day. So winter lines up with that F chord on a winter's day. 2, 3, 4. Let's keep going. I'll be safe and warm. If I was in LA. 2, 3, 4, 1. California. Okay, so that line is exactly the same, except we don't go to the F that time, so it's a little bit easier. So we just hold the E7 for 4 beats. And then we're in the chorus. Technically, what we're calling the chorus, it's a very short chorus, right? We're just singing California Dreaming. It's the same exact chord progression that we've started with. It's A, G, F, G, E7sus E7, 3, 4, E7, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So let's line up those lyrics and then we'll do the whole thing nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Stopped into a church And then it's the same from there. Then we go through a whole other section with new lyrics, but those chords all stay the same. By the way, if you want the chart to look at the chords and the lyrics, and I've also got slash notation on there, which is great for visual learners. You can really see the beats, the counting, where those all line up. That's available below for Ukulele Wine Club members, which is another fun name for my Patreon community. So check that out below. Here we go. Let's put that all together nice and slow. I'll start with our pickup. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. 3, 4, 1, 2. I've been for a walk. 3, 4. On a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Stopped into a church. Now that you've got the lay of the land as far as the chord progressions, how they line up with the lyrics, let's take a look at strumming options. So you can absolutely keep it nice and basic and simple the way we were doing, just a downstroke per chord. All right. If from there, if you want to add more rhythm, you can do more downstrokes. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and the sky is gray. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so you can just add more downstroke. That's always an option. Now, stick with me because we are going to talk rhythm, we're going to talk counting. Where we're headed with that, let me show you. 3, 4. Now it's sounding like California Dreamin, right? I'm going to break this all down for you. And this is where it's so important to have a strong rhythmic foundation, a basic understanding of rhythm and counting. If you don't have that, you're always going to feel a little bit lost and a little bit behind, like there's just always going to be something missing. So starting with that rhythmic foundation, we always want to find the heartbeat of the song. So I mentioned this earlier when I said we're in 4/4 time. And that means we've got 4 beats per measure. We're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Right? So that's just an always present underlying heartbeat, just like you have a heartbeat. Each song, piece of music has a heartbeat. Starting with that basic 4. And we can think of those now as downstrokes. So we've always got the 1, 2, 3, 4. But in between, we've got an upstroke. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if I play it, it will sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you're not familiar with doing that, I definitely recommend hitting pause, or you can go back and play along with that. I'm just playing an A minor chord. Maybe I should do another video on this. And just slowing down and getting used to playing down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And once you've got that, this whole world of amazing strumming patterns will be just so much more accessible and easy for you to learn. Coming back to California Dreamin, where that applies to us is now we are going to be playing some of these chords on the upbeat. So before when I was like, we're playing, you know, these chords 2 beats each, and I was like, sort of. So some of the chords are coming in on the and of the beat. So instead of our big downbeat, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're going to come in on the upbeat. So let's just take a look at the very first measure here. So we are doing 1 and 2 and on our A minor. Okay, so we're doing 1 and 2 and then we're switching to our G chord on 3 and on beat 4 we switch 4 and we go 4 and. Ooh, so we're playing our F chord on the and of 4. Let me speed that up a little bit. Listen first and then try to play it. I'll play that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and listen. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and I'm gonna stop there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and adding on to it. Let me do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay? And you can also just practice this on open strings. If you're like, what? I can't switch chords yet. That's fine. Just practice it on open strings. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Let's do that again. Ready? And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. And when you get, so you might have been familiar with this concept if you've learned the island strum, which is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. In the concept of you always have your wrist moving, even if you're not playing a downstroke or an upstroke at that particular time. So same thing here. I'm always making the motion of the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then I decide when my fingers brush the strings or I rest, which means I don't play. Okay, so that's the pattern you're going to use on everything except for those E7 and those E7 chords, E7sus and E7. So let's talk about those. So we've got all the leaves are brown. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Here we go, landing on the E7 sus4. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Okay, this is definitely more of an intermediate move. So if you're totally lost, it's okay. You can just go to the simpler one. But if you're like, yes, give it to me, then let's keep going. So that's the E7, 4, and then the E7 comes again on the upbeat or the and of 4, right? So we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then we got a nice easy 3, 4 for that F chord. And then in the parts where you don't have the F chord, actually give you a little break here. Once you hit that E7, you can actually just let it ring for the whole measure and you're good. And that happens after you play the chorus. You can do California dreaming on such a winter's day, stopped into a church. And one thing that's helpful in the lyrics, you'll notice that Dreamin also hits that upbeat. So when you're doing California dreamin', California dreamin' on such a winter's day, step I hope you found that deeper dive into rhythm helpful. Of course, you can choose what feels good to you strumming wise at this moment in time if you want to keep it simple or if you want to do the more challenging strumming pattern. We've got 2 more song sections to talk about. Let's talk about the intro first. So we're just hanging on A minor. Woo, all right. So we're just A minor for 3 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. And then we play that E7 sus4. All the leaves are brown. All right, so that E7 sus4 gives you you can just let that chord ring, sing your pickup, all the leaves are brown, and then you're in. As far as the solo section, so there's the bumpin' flute solo in the recording, which does have different chords, but I am going to suggest that you actually just play one time through the verse and chorus for your solo section. It's going to be a lot more fun unless you actually have a flute player or someone who's playing that solo with you. The verse and chorus chords will work just fine. So you'll just do the same thing you've been doing, but you won't sing. End it there, or you could do the whole thing again. All the leaves are brown, and then you can go do one last verse with all the leaves are brown, and then you're out. A note about the chorus at the end, so it does repeat. So all you will do is you'll repeat that A, G, F, G, G. California dreaming on such a winter's California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming. And then when you're ready to end, then you'll go to your such a winter's day. And you can end on an A minor if you want to, or you can leave it unresolved. I think we've hit all of the sections of the song now. Let's briefly talk about your starting pitch. This is a little bit of a lower key than the original. So you're starting with your A minor, which is our key, and your starting pitch is actually an A. It's not always the case that lines up like that, but in this case, we're singing an A, so you can either play your open A string, it'll be an octave below that, or you can just play where you would play your A minor with your second finger on the second fret of your G string. All the leaves are brown. And that's how you find your starting pitch. All right, it's time for our wine break. I want to say cheers to you for being here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to play some music, learn a new thing, play some ukulele with me. So cheers to you. Wherever you are in the world. Also want to give a big cheers to my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you for supporting me and for voting for this awesome song. If you're not aware, Patreon is an awesome way where you can support your favorite creators monthly for a very, very low fee. And you can get in on all sorts of fun perks and bonuses and behind the scenes. And it's just a really fun thing to do, like podcast creators and writers and musicians and artists. It's just a wonderful platform. Fun fact, I was born in California and now I live on the East Coast and it's chilly here. We've got our wood stove going. So I'm definitely California dreamin', especially in the winter. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful and delightful, please choose the like button below and I hope you subscribe for more ukulele wine time. Okay, we're ready for our full song playthrough. We're going to do the intro, which is those 4 bars. Then we'll do verse 1. Verse 2, we'll do a solo section, which is the same chords as the verse and the chorus pushed together. And then we'll do the last verse, and then we'll tag the ending. So we'll do the chorus multiple times. On such a winter's day, the California Dreamin will repeat that a couple times. Watch me for the ending. And please do whichever strumming pattern feels most comfortable for you at this moment in time. It's all good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. If I was in LA, California, California dreaming on such a winter's day. Stopped into a church I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees and I pretend to pray. I pretend to pray. You know the preacher looks so cold. He knows I'm gonna stay. California, California dreaming on such a winter's day. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. If I didn't tell her I could leave today. California dreaming on such a winter's, California dreaming on such a winter's, California dreaming on such a winter's day. Ooh, I resolved it to A minor. Kind of wished I would have left it. Woo, all right, how did you do? That last verse snuck up on me a little bit. I forgot those lyrics were different if I didn't tell her. But awesome song. I hope you enjoyed playing along with that with me. Once again, my name is Catherine. This is Ukulele Wine Time. Please join me for more ukulele tutorials and fun and practice exercises and all sorts of resources for the ukulele player. All right, cheers to you, and I will see you soon. Bye. Ukulele Wine Time. This is the chord overview for California Dreamin. So once again, we're in the key of A minor. So let's start with A minor. So that's our second finger. So 1, 2, or our middle finger on the second fret. 1, 2 of your top string or your G string. So that's A minor. 1 finger chord. Let's go to F from here since you're halfway there. So you'll need your first finger or your pointer finger. So keep that other finger there. Then with your pointer finger, you'll be on the first fret of your E string. So skip a string in the middle of these two. That's your F chord. Let's take a look at our G chord. So we'll start with our peace sign fingers here. These go on the second fret. First finger, second fret of the C string, skip a string in the middle there, and then your middle finger goes on the second fret of your A string. That's how you start. Then your ring finger or third ukulele finger comes down 3rd fret of the E string to make a little triangle there on the fretboard. It's our G chord. And then for C major, the ring finger or your 3rd finger is going to be on the 3rd fret. Okay, so again, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3rd fret of your A string. That's our C major chord, or just C. Now let's take a look at these 2 different E chords. So we've got the E7sus chord, and that's going to be all these 3 fingers. They're going to be all on the 2nd fret. So these fingers are right next to each other on the first 2 strings. So on your G and your C string. Okay, and then you skip a string, and then your ring finger goes on your A string. It's going to sound like this. All right, and the reason you want to play it with these fingers in particular is because when we move to our E7, you can leave these 2 fingers there, and just your pointer finger moves up to the 1st fret there of your G string. So that's your E7. So you're always going from your E7 sus4. That's the movement there, going from the 4th to the 3rd. All right, I hope you found that helpful. And then once again, I hope you enjoy learning this song. Bye. Ukulele wine time.